In Vivo Exposure presents your journey to success. We know you're going places, but why go it alone? Without expert guidance and support, consider your trusty co-pilot on this road to your dreams. Just like hailing a cab, reaching out is all it takes to get started. At In Vivo Exposure, we're more than just a ride. We're your partners to success, committed to turning your idea into a reality. So buckle up, sit back, and enjoy the journey as we pave the way to our ultimate destination. Your success story begins here. Contact us today and embark on this exciting adventure. In Vivo Exposure, where every dream has a destination. So you have an idea, but it's the end of the first quarter, March is here, and the clock is ticking. That book you've been dreaming of, that idea waiting to be visualized, don't let it slip away. It's time to take action. Whether you're writing a book, starting a podcast, or starting a business, the time is now. Don't let fear keep you from missing out. At In Vivo Exposure, we're here to turn your ideas into a reality. You see, our transmedia storytelling approach will amplify your message and captivate your audience. Don't wait any longer. Seize the moment. Give us a call today, and let's bring your vision to life. In Vivo Exposure is where stories begin.
How could he stand out when he didn't even recognize himself? Robin, you can't keep living in the past. He scolded himself silently. You need to carve out a new path. Find purpose in this pixelated world. It's time for a change. But what did change look like for a man born centuries too late? He longed to be a part of something greater, to reclaim a sense of identity that had been lost amid updates and upgrades. Redemption, does it come with a download button? The question lingered in the air, mingling with the scent of synthetic coffee from a nearby vending machine. He yearned not for a reboot of the system, but for himself, a fresh start, untethered from the legacy that both defined and confined him. Perhaps it's not about finding your place in this world, he contemplated, his heart thrumming with the pulse of the city. Maybe it's about creating it. His fingers curled into a fist, determination surging through his veins like electricity. I will find my way, he vowed, voice barely above a whisper. I will forge a new legend.
Get you a copy of Reboot Sofa, Hood's Redemption.
But within every one of us lies the power to transform adversity into strength.
So you have an idea, a brilliant concept for a movie that has been brewing in your mind. You can see it on the big screen, captivating audiences, leaving a lasting impact. But what now? How do you turn that idea of yours into a reality, bringing it into a full-fledged film?
Crazy looking chick on the screen.
Get you on that. I got so many women problems. My X chromosomes, they ain't never show up. That's where we come in. We're a team of experienced producers who specialize in turning your ideas into reality. We take your vision and guide you every step of the way, from concept to the screen. And the best part, it won't cost you a dime. to learn how we can turn your idea into a motion picture. Schedule your consultation today with our team of expert producers. We'll listen to your ideas, provide guidance on the entire movie-making process, and discuss how we can bring your vision to life. So don't let your movie get stuck living in your head. Take action now and schedule your free consultation with our team. My name is Emmanuel Sims, and I'm here to help you bring your movie to life into the big screen. All right, guys. So as we wrap up our lesson on choice theory, let's go ahead and just go over what we've discussed so far. The only person whose behavior we can control is our own. All we can give another person is information. Number 3, all lasting psychological problems are relationship problems. Again, this is William Glasser's choice theory. The problem relationship is always a part of present life. What happens in the past has everything to do with what we are today. But we can only satisfy our basic needs right now and plan to continue satisfying them in the future. Wow, what is that saying? It's saying that, yes, we are a result. If you do 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, those long equations, before you get the exponents, before you get to their math, you do those long, yes, it all equals to right now. But unless and it's not an equation, because you can't just hit clear on the calculator and start back over. No, because it's already added up. And you can't do anything about what was done in the past. Okay, we want justice, we want peace, we want things to be served, we want people to do the time for the crime. We get that, right, totally. Don't misunderstand me. What I'm referring to is where we are is equal sign now. And where we're going is up to us, because we can only satisfy our needs in the present. We can't go back when we were hungry at 7 and 8 years old and give us a piece of bread. We can't Marty McFly us into the past and get us the nourishment that we needed. But now that we know that we're malnourished, we know that we can go out there and do what we have to do to be successful. That's where we're going with that, okay? And let's go back to number 1. It says, the only person whose behavior you can control is your own. And I didn't want to skip over that, because it's so important to know that no matter how much strategic power we try to move, even when it comes to entrepreneurship, we can't force a customer to buy something that they don't want to buy. We can't force the customer, and we all know that, because what's the hardest thing there is to do? To get what? Sales. What we all looking for that is hard to get? Sales, conversion. And we can't, no matter how much we predict, no matter how much we try to force an algorithm, no matter how much the ads are controlled, and no matter how much you bid, it doesn't determine if you're actually going to get the customer to buy. How many times have you seen the ad go 150 times, but you never clicked or thought to buy it? Because you ain't had the money. You see, that's the other thing. If you don't have it, the choice is not even an option. So when we talk about this, if someone don't have it, how can they give it? If a person don't have that congratulations that you're looking for, how can they give it? If a person don't have that money that you're looking for, how can they give it? If a person don't have it in them to share, like, and support you without a financial thing, how can they give it? How can they give you something that they don't have? You see, the only person behavior that you can control is your own. If the person don't have it, if they don't have hands to applaud, how are they going to applaud you? So you got to understand that some people just aren't going to be able to give you a round of applause. They don't even have the tools to do it. So when you understand that the only person behavior you can control is your own, you understand that things are just going to be what they're going to be. Number two, all we can give another person is information. Now, William Glass is saying that all we can give, the most we can do for another individual is give them the information. And that's some powerful stuff, because how many times have we tried to show up at court and defend the person for them, and be like, oh, Your Honor, this is a great person, give them another chance. How many times have we tried to give a person a job and then they don't show up on the first day? You go out your way to get them this connection, to get them this interview, to get them this position, and they don't show up. You go all out your way to put them on your health insurance so they can get therapy, so they can get counseling, and they don't show up. You see, the only thing you can do for a person to say, hey man, I'm listening to you, you might need to talk to somebody about that. But then you try to be their counselor. They telling you about all the stuff they didn't get growing up. Oh, I was this, I was that, I was this, and I was that. And you trying to get them those things thinking it's going to cause them to be fulfilled, trying to be their salvation. But the only thing you can give a person is information. And the only person behavior you can control is your own. If you just put those two together, starting from this point on, game changer. If you from this point on only just took those two things from this message, I can only control my behavior, and two, that the most you can give a person is information. I'm going to keep moving on, okay? All long-lasting psychological problems are relationship problems. What he's saying in this is everything that has happened to us, through us, with us, between us, it happened through a relationship with something else. And I'll go as simple as when Isaac Newton, an apple fell on his head, right? I may have gotten that guy mixed up. Him and that relationship with that apple helped him discover the terminology of gravity, right? It's a relationship. Everything is a relationship, okay? So Tarzan was born into a village, right, of apes. And he was raised in this village of apes by all these different monkeys and these different types of animals and in the bugs, eating roaches and all types of wild stuff, right? But his dilemma when he got around cultivated humans is that he didn't fit in. He was different. Right? So if you go and say all long lasting, and we could talk about Tarzan on the psychological level. Y'all don't want to talk about that? Y'all don't want to talk about Tarzan from a mental health standpoint. Tarzan was a little boy who was left in the jungle, raised by non-civilized beasts. Let's just leave it at that. So when he met Jane and her father and these scientists, these snooty people, and the guy who wanted Jane, and they were up of all this posture, okay? The cartoon shows us that he didn't fit in. He was trying to woo her with things that he would woo an ape with, okay? And there were just, when he got to the city, there were just some things that wasn't acceptable. So how many of us was left in the jungle, raised by uncivilization, but then thrown into the civilized world by Act 2? Now we at Act 2. We in Act 2, and we were thrown into the new world, and we have to figure out what's going on. But nobody is talking about, like I said earlier, right? What we talked about earlier, from the childhood to now, you are a combination of everything added up to now. But you're in it now. Now Tarzan is in civilization. Tarzan is in the real world, guys. And he can't do nothing about his upbringing. He can't do anything about being raised by apes. Best friend is a monkey and an elephant. He can't do anything about that. Now he's in the real world. What the song say? And if living in the real world. He's in the real world now, and he's experiencing what a lot of us experience when we go from the hood to corporate America, when we go from traumatized childhoods to loving relationships, when we go from this to that. It's a change where the world, our reality that we were raised up in the don't talk spirit, right? The don't tell my business spirit. And then you get into a place where it's important for you to be honest. You can't build an intimate relationship because you were told to keep things a secret too much. So you never actually spoken your truth in the process of staying in a child's place. Now, I'm not here to push anything or talk about, I'm just saying that when Tarzan came from the jungle into a civilized place, his life was extremely different. Everything that he had learned from, y'all remember when, what's the dude name that played him in the real movie? He was swinging from vines in the city. Now, y'all know, only person who can get away with swinging from vines in New York is Spider-Man. And Tarzan had no powers. He was human just like us. But the difference was he wasn't raised in a two-parent household. He wasn't raised in a one-parent household. He wasn't raised in a house. He was raised in the jungle by some beast. And he became the result of his environment. Tarzan, we love Tarzan. He was charming, especially when, I can't think of the dude's name that played him, but we loved him. The dude who played the mummy, we loved him. Y'all put his name in the thing, I can't remember, I'm sorry. But let's keep going, guys, because I don't know how much time before my battery dies. All right, so we kind of went on a tangent on there. I hope you get the point, okay? Okay, the problem relationship is always a part of the present life. So that goes into that right here. We just kind of went into there, right? So when Tarzan got into the city, the problems that Tarzan was having was with the relationships of the people who were already adapted to civilization. Okay? So let's say you're a very abused child, ace baby, right? Children of adverse childhood experiences. A lot of abuse, and now you're in an environment where there is no abuse. There is no trauma. There is no alcoholic person coming home in the middle of the night trying to sexually assault you. There is none of that. But instead, there's freedom. Instead, there's security. Instead, there is consistency. You feel safe in yourself for the first time. But you don't feel safe because trauma manipulates and mutates your DNA, your brain, your mind. There's a book, The Body Keeps the Score. It talks about how when victims of trauma naturally revert back to living in that even when the trauma is happening and they don't know it's happening. Okay? So when it says that past time when Tarzan got into the civilized area, they did not see this coming. He was still doing ape-like things. He had to learn over time. He had to be conditioned so that he can fit in to the new environment that he had, which always existed, but yet he wasn't exposed to it. Tarzan is an ace baby, a child of Advil. He was abandoned, okay? And he was malnourished. Yes, they had fruit and stuff, but come on, y'all. Y'all saw, you couldn't tell because the actor that played him now is a little chubby, but you could see his ribs in that other movie, y'all. But we're going to keep moving forward because the problem relationship is always a part of the present life. His past affected his present life. his childhood affected how he interacted during the civilized world. Keep moving forward. Number 5. What happened in the past has everything to do, boom, we right there, has everything to do to where we are today. But we can only satisfy the basic needs right now and plan to continue satisfying them in the future. So when he realized that he had to adapt, Tarzan had to adapt to civilization. He realized that he had to adapt to civilization. He did. Sometimes he went back home sometimes. In the cartoon, he went back home indefinitely, but he didn't do certain things that would cause issues with his wife later on once he got married and became domesticated, right? You no matter if you living in a jungle or you living in a hut and you become married, you domesticized a little bit. So he couldn't be out hanging out late with the apes, shooting banana shots all night long, okay? He couldn't be out there on the corner, you know what I'm saying, slinging vines. He couldn't. He had to be in the house doing certain things because now his circumstances has changed and he could only satisfy himself in the present day. He couldn't do nothing. Back in the day, there was no bedtime. There was no curfew. We're in the jungle. And not the concrete jungle. This is the fertilized jungle. This is the real jungle. This is the Jungle Book jungle. Mowgli type, okay? Listen. We can only satisfy our needs by satisfying the pictures or specific wants of our quality world. Boom, boom. While he was trying to satisfy the world that he was living in, he had conflict. But when he learned to adapt and just be himself and notice the world around him and like, look, I am different. This ain't home. Nigga, this is New York. Okay, now look, everybody kind of look the same. But this is not it. Let's keep moving forward. Number 7, all we do is behave. That right there, that's action. That's action. All we do is behave. All we do is move and do things. So when we say the word behave, we're referring to action, moving. Movement, gestures, talking, looking, listening, hearing, smelling, everything we're doing, that's a behavior, okay? Now that we've defined behavior, let's keep moving forward. Number 8, all behavior is total behavior and is made up of 4 components. Listen to these 4 components: acting, thinking, feeling, and physiology. That's the physical, right? So we talked about all of those. And let's get into number 9. All total behavior is chosen, but we only have direct control over the acting and thinking components. Keep that in mind. We only control our feeling and physiology interdirectly through our choice of act and thinking. So they work together. When we think and we act, it affects our physiology and our feelings. So what we do, and that goes a little bit in the CBT, but we're gonna get into that in another lesson, because what's happening is when we're thinking and we're acting, it does the rest of the work as far as developing our physiology and our feelings. So if we're thinking of something negative, we might start feeling bad. If we're not exercising, we might start getting fat. You see what I'm saying? So let's jump into the last one, number 10. All total behavior is designated by verbs and named by a part of the most recognizable. All total behavior is designated by verbs and named by the part of its most recognizable. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, chime in the comments. But guys, I hope that this was good. Reading out the good book. If no one's told you they love you today, know that God loves you, and so do I. Make it a great day or not. My name is Emmanuel Sims. If no one's told you they love you today, know that God loves you, and so do I. Eudaimonia TV, Church of the Entrepreneurs. Dribbity, dribbity. Let's do a quick prayer. And if you guys want to pray, make your offer. So let's do a quick prayer. Universe, I am open and ready for you to start conspiring in my favor to make my dreams come true. And I request for a clear sign of my reality to come to me today. I am open and ready. Thank you. Hi, I'm Emmanuel Sims. and I'm thrilled to share my vision of the Eudaimonia Project with you. You see, Eudaimonia is more than a project. It's a movement towards mental wellness and community healing. Our project focuses on using transmedia storytelling to promote mental health and emotional well-being. Through a combination of books, podcasts, and interactive media, we aim to provide valuable resources and support individuals seeking the path to mental healing. We decided to meet people where they are. We know that the counselors and the therapists and the doctors and the dentists and everybody's doing their part. We're creating a safe space for healers to connect with their community outside of the dollar amount, but actually giving resources that people can use on a day-to-day. If you can't afford insurance, you can't afford mental health services, you can't afford these things, this is the gap. This is the bridge to keep you going. Majority of people, they get a crisis and they're going bananas. They don't know what to do. Oh my God, you're in a panic mode. And then people are expecting you to act cordial and normal when you're trying to get help. So you come in and you might be a little over heightened. But this is the tools to prepare you for therapy. This is the tools to prepare you for counseling. This is the tools to prepare your mindset for life. Eudaimonia is more than a project. It's a way of living. By engaging community members and partnering with local organizations, we can create a network of support that extends beyond traditional therapy. Our goal is to empower individuals to take control of their mental health journey and to find strength in their community. So join us on spreading the message of Eudaimonia together. Let's create a community where mental wellness is a priority. Thank you for your support. Hello and welcome to the Audio Healing Mission by In Vivo Exposure. My name is Emmanuel Sims and I'm your creative director. And I'm thrilled to have you join us on this journey. In this mission, we believe in the power of voice to heal, inspire, and transform lives. Our community is made up of individuals of all walks of life, each with their own unique story and perspective. So, here's what you can expect in this course. We'll guide you step by step through the process, getting your application started, getting your contract signed, and the standards that we're looking for a headshot and bio. And don't worry, we got you covered. Our goal is to make this process as smooth and as transparent as possible. You see, we really value your time and your talent, and we want to ensure that you have all the information and support that you need to be a vital part of our mission. The Audio Healing Mission is more than a platform. It's a movement. It's about creating content that touches hearts, minds, and fosters community in healing and growth. So, if you're ready to embark on this journey with us, let's dive in and start becoming the voice of healing and inspiration. Welcome aboard.
Stress management during tough times affirmations. Peace is power. I let go of anxious thoughts. Like a willow branch, I may bend, but I will never break. Stress exits my body when I inhale. I always choose joy, even in the toughest of times. This moment is merely temporary. I will always do my best, and my best is good enough. My talents are endless, and I can call upon them when necessary. I am confident. I am strong. I am capable. It is not a difficulty. It is a challenge. I believe in myself. I can feel tension melting. I can do this. I radiate peaceful energy. I manage stress healthily. I control my stress levels. I am centered. I am peaceful. I am proud. I am stress-free and in control. I find it easy to manage stressful situations. I can handle this situation. Relaxation is my natural state.
Welcome to Gold Real Estate Hacks, the future of living smart and sustainable. I'm here to introduce you to the Tiny Expandable Prefab House, your dream home encapsulated in a 19 by 20 FT marble. Perfect for small families or as a cozy guest house, it features a modern bathroom, a fully equipped kitchen, and 2 versatile rooms, all designed with elegance and efficiency. What's truly magical is its foldable design. Imagine relocating your home with ease, or expanding it to welcome guests. Yes, it's that flexible. Built with sustainability in mind, it not only minimizes your carbon footprint but also maximizes comfort with abundant natural light and eco-friendly materials. So, are you ready to embrace a lifestyle that's as mobile, stylish, and responsible as you are? Dive into the tiny house movement with the Tiny Expandable Prefab House. Your new beginning starts here. Join us on this journey. Contact us today to find out more.
For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Emmanuel Overtime Sims, also known as Drip Van Gogh, the drip head master himself. So just so you can know why and how I got into this business. You see, I started off my career as a traveling rapper, going city to city, country to country, touring and spreading my music to the world. Deep down, my goal was to be a motivational speaker. And I didn't really know how to do that through rap, but at every show, I made it my business to give a little bit of myself, a little bit of positivity, a little bit of encouragement to whoever that was in that audience. As time progressed, I pursued my bachelor's in political science at the University of the District of Columbia, where I graduated at the top of my class, a member of Pi Sigma Alpha, the Political Science Honor Society. Later on, I pursued my master's in education at Johns Hopkins University, where I taught with KIPP DC as a first-year teacher. During this time, I was still touring, doing my stand-up comedian work, and also doing my rap. Later on, started to pursue my master's in clinical mental health and rehabilitation counseling, a dual master's program offered at the University of the District of Columbia. Now, this is where life really got rocky for me, because everything was going so swell until I started to self-sabotage. So I realized that even when you set your goals, you can stand in your own way. So for me, that was a really big eye-opener. So I got 63 credits deep, all the way about to graduate, and realized that, hey, this may not be for me. I flunked out of grad school with only 3 credits away. And I found myself devastated because I know deep down it was because of me. I know that I had fears, I've had doubts, and I have reached the highest level of education, and I was starting to question, was I the person for the job? Coming home for that last time from grad school, after being told that I needed to take a break for a year while I resurface or get myself together, I decided to open up my broadcast studio. Now, OTTV is something that I've been wanting to start for many years. I've gradually been making videos towards that platform, but never taking the time to give it my all. In 2020, I decided to pursue my goal, and this was right before the pandemic hit, guys. I'm talking about I had nothing but time, energy, my house was paid off, and I was available to do whatever I needed to do whenever I want. I had the green screen set up, the studio was there, clients are paying to come see me, to talk on my show, people are paying for a lot of videos, and things are going great. Then the pandemic happened. From that point on, I knew that I had to really stick to my goal no matter what. And due to me sticking to that goal of still, hey, even though that everything's shut down, I can't bring people into the show, I started having virtual shows. I started bouncing back and working with celebrities like the great CeCe Peniston, and we collaborated and made the Petties cartoon. You see, just by sticking to your goals and knowing why you wanted to do it, it will help you get to the next level. You see, for me, my goals was always set on assisting my community heal by teaching them how to critically think. Now, the reason why that's so important to me is because I grew up in an inner city where no child left behind was in place. What did that mean? That every kid would pass even if they didn't have the educational skills needed to go to the next level. So when I got to college, I could barely read, I could barely write at a collegiate level, and I had to take a lot of the remedial basic classes just to get my foot in the door and to get started. Luckily, the university I attended was super supportive during my 2-year associate's program, and they allowed me to get all the skills that I needed, as such as speech pathology, where I got to practice and gain better reading skills, which I realized was a big flaw in my life. Getting further on and gaining more education, it kind of got me frustrated. Because if I didn't go to college, if I didn't pursue counseling, if I didn't become a career counselor at a young age, when I was teaching to a course on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it hit me that, oh my God, I'm teaching content that I don't have yet. I'm trying to pass on this knowledge that wasn't passed on to me. So now granted, I've manifested that this is the life that I wanted to live. This is what I wanted to do. I said, I want to be helping people. I want to be who I needed growing up. And I became that person. But in the process of becoming that person, it started to get frustrating. Because I'm a teacher and I'm teaching kids how to read, but I need to be teaching my kids how to read. I'm a teacher and I'm teaching kids how to handle their finances, but I need to handle my finances. I'm a teacher and I'm teaching kids how to dress appropriately, but I'm not following dress code. It was a big reflection on the things that I needed in life, and I was providing it to someone else, which I think is a great tool to have, because when you can teach something, I feel like you can learn it. And that's what got me into this service of wanting to help others reach their goals, because I suffered with a lot of fear. I suffered with a lot of doubt. I suffered with a lot of self-sabotage. As I went up the ladder and fell back down, I know that life's about waves. And as long as you set your goals and they're clear and attainable, that you can reach them. So you have an idea, but it's the end of the first quarter, March is here, and the clock is ticking. That book you've been dreaming of, that idea waiting to be visualized, don't let it slip away. It's time to take action. Whether you're writing a book, starting a podcast, or starting a business, the time is now. Don't let fear keep you from missing out. At In Vivo Exposure, we're here to turn your ideas into a reality. You see, our transmedia storytelling approach will amplify your message and captivate your audience. Don't wait any longer. Seize the moment. Give us a call today, and let's bring your vision to life. In Vivo Exposure is where stories begin. Concept for a movie that has been brewing in your mind. You can see it on the big screen, captivating audiences, leaving a lasting impact. How do you turn that idea into reality? Bringing it into a full flow. Hello, I'm Emmanuel Sims, and I'm the author of How to Tame a Fuckboy. Now, understand that my title may initially be shocking or discomforting to some, but let's dive deeper. In our communities, terms like fuckboy, bipolar, or even the dreadful R word has been thrown around so lightly, often overlook the real issue that these words represent. You see, my book isn't a bunch of catchy phrases. It's about confronting societal norms that trivialize serious matters. Just like for years, certain behaviors in the entertainment business were ignored or normalized. My book aims to highlight and challenge how we perceive and address behavior patterns that are toxic and often normalized in our community. It's time to address these issues head on and understand that words have power and that we need to change how we use them. This book is more than just a title. It's a call to action, a prompt to recognize and to confront behaviors and languages that we have normalized for far too long. Let's start the conversation. Let's get uncomfortable, because that's where the change really begins. And if no one's told you they love you today, know that God loves you and so do I. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Dribbity, dribbity.
I want to take this last day, February, and Black History Month to recognize and honor Sylvia Dubois. I think we should know her name, and we should know other individuals who are in captivity and how they gained their freedom in the same way in which she did. I think we all know Nat Turner. And that's it. If we were to be asked about any other kidnapped victim or person in captivity in America who may have gained their freedom by action, we don't really know a lot. So social media last year, I saw this caption about this book. It's an actual book. It's titled Sylvia Dubois, a biography of the slave who whipped her mistress and granted her freedom. And so I got the book, and my book club actually read the book. And I just think we should know her name. And so a brief story about her life. She was in captivity. She was born in captivity, and she worked for the same family for years, since probably some time in her childhood. And the mistress would abuse her physically often, which is often the case with these kidnapped victims and those in captivity. So much so that it caused head trauma, and the mistress's husband had to talk with her a few times about taking it easy on Sylvia because she may hurt her severely or even kill her. And so the mistress did not take heed. And so one day she fucked around and she found out. So Sylvia grew to be a woman with broad stature and very strong. And so one day the kidnappers were having a party, and they were hosting a party, and other probably kidnappers were attendants. If they weren't also kidnappers, they were white. So there's a party, people are there. The mistress decides to chastise, criticize, and possibly physically abuse Sylvia, as she might have done something not to the mistress's liking. In that moment, Sylvia had enough, and she slapped the shit out of this woman. This woman flew across the room and fell to the ground and did not move. People assumed she was dead. Sylvia slapped the shit out of her. And in that moment, the mistress's husband decided to grant Sylvia her freedom. And I think we should all know individuals like herself, right? Because I believe there were a good amount of individuals in captivity, kidnapped victims, that took action and did things to garner freedom or things of that nature, and they just didn't sit and wait for 1863. And I think we should know their names. And so this is in remembrance of Sylvia Dubois, and we should know her name.
Self-kindness. Guided meditation led by Emmanuel Sims. Sit in a comfortable place where you can move around a little bit if necessary. Close your eyes for a few moments and focus on your breath. Allow your breath to be as it is. Watch as your body settles into the present moment. Think as your breath as a messenger, letting you know how you're feeling in this moment, physically and emotionally. Allow whatever you find to simply be there along with you. Notice that feeling of the breath. And there's a pause before you exhale. Notice the sensation of breathing out. Think of a loving presence. It could be a beloved family member or friend, one who is living or one who passed away. It could be a spiritual figure or a teacher, the Dalai Lama or a minister, or a guide. For many people, it's a pet, dog, cat, often a great teacher of unconditional love. It can also be an archetype, or God, goddess, figure, Jesus, the great mother goddess, the Buddha, Allah, anyone who brings a feeling of peace, of love, and of safety, of being cared for, of being accepted exactly as you are in this moment. If no one comes to mind, you can imagine what you will want to experience from a guide, a mentor, or a loved one who loved you unconditionally. How would you feel in their presence? What would it be like to be wholly accepted and embraced for the person you are right now? To feel worthy, seen, and cared for. Once you feel even a tiny bit of this feeling, notice what it feels like. Is it warm? Is there a sense of light, of energy? Does a color or texture arise? Whatever comes up for you, allow it to be there. What words would you want being said to you? If they can speak, some examples that might help. I love you no matter what. You are worthy. You're doing your best. You're enough. I'm always loving you. Place your hand on your heart and feel that sense of love and acceptance seeping into your body, the way heat from a hot water bottle or sunlight will flood you. If it helps, keep repeating their message to you. You might also imagine this being putting one or both arms around you, embracing you, stroking your cheek. Sometimes it can be powerful to wrap your arms around yourself in a hug, imagining this love surrounding you, loving every single aspect of you, including the ones you can't accept. If you find yourself struggling to embrace your whole self,
So you have an idea, but it's the end of the first quarter, March is here, and the clock is ticking. That book you've been dreaming of, that idea waiting to be visualized, don't let it slip away. It's time to take action. Whether you're writing a book, starting a podcast, or starting a business, the time is now. Don't let fear keep you from missing out. At In Vivo Exposure, we're here to turn your ideas into a reality. You see, our transmedia storytelling approach will amplify your message and captivate your audience. Don't wait any longer. Seize the moment. Give us a call today, and let's bring your vision to life. In Vivo Exposure is where stories begin.
How could he stand out when he didn't even recognize himself? Robin, you can't keep living in the past. He scolded himself silently. You need to carve out a new path. Find purpose in this pixelated world. It's time for a change. But what did change look like for a man born centuries too late? He longed to be a part of something greater, to reclaim a sense of identity that had been lost amid updates and upgrades. Redemption, does it come with a download button? The question lingered in the air, mingling with the scent of synthetic coffee from a nearby vending machine. He yearned not for a reboot of the system, but for himself, a fresh start, untethered from the legacy that both defined and confined him. Perhaps it's not about finding your place in this world, he contemplated, his heart thrumming with the pulse of the city. Maybe it's about creating it. His fingers curled into a fist, determination surging through his veins like electricity. I will find my way, he vowed, his voice barely above a whisper. I will forge a new legend.
Get you a copy of Reboot Sofa, Hood's Redemption.
Hey, Raina Armstrong, Emmanuel Sims here. Thank you so much for signing up for our courses at my.eudaimoniatv.com. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you want to know more about the community. I make myself really available. So just let me know if I can assist you with anything. And if no one told you they love you today, know that I love you. And to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Dribbity, dribbity.
Breaking news! Love's Most Wanted, the fuckboy, is on the loose. Emmanuel Sims' guide, How to Tame a Fuckboy, has hit the shelves. Arm yourself with laughter and wisdom. Capture your happiness. Act now, this book's charm won't stay single for long. Hashtag Tame Your F-Boy.
Well, hey guys, Emmanuel Sims here. I just want to give a big thank you to the Pike County Public Library District allowing us to read our new book, My Feelings Family by Yasmin Beeks and myself, Emmanuel Sims. We had an amazing time. We got to do the chessboard with Noah, and Noah got to build his own book, which is amazing because that's great exposure, right? And the kids really enjoyed the read. So I just want to say thank you. Absolutely. Me too. And just wanted to say thank you so much. And we also have our feelings bracelets for our mixed emotions, our anger, our impatient, and we also have our pink for the blah. So I just want to say thank you guys for everything, and to make it a great day or not, if no one told you to love you today, know that God loves you and so do I. Drippity, drippity. Anything you want to add, Yaz?
I'm your host, Just in Time.
Listen, I gotta tell you, This whole finding your place in the world thing, it can feel like you're navigating a cosmic obstacle course. It's like you're sprinting towards that finish line of dreams, chasing approvals, chasing likes, chasing that feeling of finally figuring it out. But let me tell you something. The biggest breakthrough that you've been waiting for isn't in some external validation jackpot. It's staring right in your face, living its best life inside of you. Think about it. We spend so much time looking for answers in textbooks, scrolling through endless feeds, waiting for someone to whisper the secret code to unlock our potential. But what if the key isn't a password, but a revolution? Yeah, I'm talking about the firestorm of possibilities inside of you. I'm talking about the artist waiting to burst onto the canvas of life. The scientist with a brain wired to discoveries. The leaders with a voice that can move mountains. It's all there, hidden beneath the layers of self-doubt and comparison. But here's the thing, guys. Those layers, they're not brick walls. They're more like flimsy curtains, and if you pull them with a little bit of force, like they'll come straight down. How many times y'all done knocked the apartment blinds down? It takes a little bit of courage. Yes, we know that, right? Sure. But it takes facing those insecurities that tell you that you are not enough. The voices that whisper that you'll never reach that finish line. Here's the secret, guys. All of those voices are liars. They're afraid of the light that you're about to unleash into the world. So how do you unleash it? I know. You start by looking inward. Not with fear, but with curiosity. You need to explore what makes you tick, what sets your soul on fire. Find the things that make you laugh until your side ache. The things that get you so passionate that you could preach to a brick wall and the brick wall would listen. Then you just got to nurture those passions. You need to feed it with knowledge, practice, and relentless spirit to refuse to ever give up. You will never be dim as long as you feed that light. When you learn to silence the inner critic and replace I can't with I wills, watch your potential explode like a supernova. You see, this journey is not linear. It's a messy, beautiful scramble of stumbles and victories, doubts and revelations. But amidst the chaos, remember, they put a little bit of hope in Pandora. You can, and you are the answer to your own prayers. You are the hero to your own story. You are the breakthrough that you have been waiting for. So I need you to let your fire roar. Let your voice boom. Let your light shine bright. So bright that it makes the stars jealous. You see, the world needs your unique symphony. Your unapologetic you. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the stars to align. Because you are the universe, babe. And it's your time to own your cosmic dance. Go forth, my friend, and be the breakthrough that you were meant to be. If no one's told you they love you today, know that God loves you and so do I. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Dribbity, dribbity.
What's the best nation in the world? A donation. Please support our cause by donating. Just cash up your pocket change to dollar overtime Sims.
When you make a donation, you are not just telling stories, you are saving lives. So don't leave me hanging.
In today's edition of a Weekend Update, Love Edition, we tackle the art of ghost busting. No, not the ones with proton packs. We are talking about the ghosting phenomenon in dating. Ever dated someone whose text reply speed was slower than a dial-up connection in the 90s? You might need Emmanuel Sims' How to Tame a Fuckboy. This book is flying off the shelves faster than a cheetah on a treadmill. Why? It turns out there's a manual for maneuvering the mind-boggling maneuvers of modern dating. Sim's book isn't just a guide, it's a ghosting exorcism, an ode to clarity in a sea of scene at 11:59 p.m. So, if you're ready to turn read receipts into real relationships, head over to howtotameafuckboy.com. Swipe left on the mind games and swipe right on your copy today.
Hey guys, welcome back. Mindful Manny here again with Breathing While Touching Your Fingers, a guided meditation read by Emmanuel Sims. Mindful meditations, finger breathing. This technique is excellent for grounding, centering, and calming the mind. Incorporate this practice whenever you wish for a few moments of mindfulness. You can be driving, sitting, standing, or walking. Begin at the thumb at the base of the pinky finger on the same hand. Again, begin with the thumb at the base of the pinky finger on the same hand. With the inhale, gently move the thumb up to the tip of the pinky. Pause briefly between the inhale and exhale and softly press the tip of your thumb on the pinky together. With the exhale, move the thumb gently back down the finger. Continue this practice with the other fingers. When you reach the index finger, move back down to the pinky finger. You can do this as many times as you like. Use one hand or both hands or alternate. As you move through the fingers and breathe, rest your awareness on the synchronization of the breath and the movement in the hand. Remember, guys, you can use this anytime that you need a technique to ground yourself, to center yourself, or just reach a calming mind. Incorporate this practice whenever you wish to feel a few moments of mindfulness. You can be driving, you can be sitting, or you can be standing, or even walking. Remember to begin with that thumb at the base of the pinky on that same hand. And when you inhale, gently move the thumb up to the tip of the pinky. Pause briefly between the inhale and the exhale and softly press the tips of the thumb and the pinky together. With the inhale, move the thumb gently back down the finger. And remember, you can do this practice over and over and over with each and every last one of your fingers. But when you reach the index finger, move back down to the pinky finger. And you can do this as many times as you like on both hands, or you can alternate your hands. As you move through the fingers and breath, rest your awareness on the synchronization of both the breath and the movements of your hand. This has been Breathing While Touching Your Fingers, a guided meditation read by Emmanuel Sims. Finger breathing. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for downloading this project. Please share it with your friends and let them know how it helped you. And until next time.
Hey Alex, Emmanuel Sims here. Thank you so much for signing up for my.eudaimoniatv.com. I just wanted to say, if you have any questions or if you need any help navigating through the program, I make myself pretty available to the community. Feel free to reach out to me, and if I can assist you with anything or reaching your goals, I'll be more than happy. Again, thank you so much for signing up, and I love your feedback. Let me know how you like the course. All right, no one's told you they love you today. Know that I love you, and to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Dribbity, dribbity.
Here I am, 9 p.m. on a Saturday night. Why? We canceled our plans last minute. It's okay though. I'm fine. It's fine. He may be juggling parties, but I'm juggling knowledge. Time to up my game with how to tame a fuckboy.
That you should know, you don't have to go. I know I was wrong. I don't wanna see you cry. This where you belong. My feelings on my clothes. You is all I know. I know I'm far from perfect. I just thought that you should know. Man, you got the heat, boy.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Sims, but you may know me as Overtime Sims. I'm a rap artist, a film producer, and an author. I know a lot about setting goals and achieving goals. First, you need to know what you want. What are your goals? Once you know what you want, you need to set a plan. What steps do you need to take? What resources do you need? Once you have a plan, it's important to take action. Put your plan into motion and don't give up. Stay focused on your goal and don't let anyone or anything get in your way. If you follow these steps, you'll be able to achieve any goal. Go out there and make your dreams a reality. Hey guys, I hope this message finds you well and in good spirits. It's been some time since our last connection, and I wanted to pause for a moment to reach out and offer some words of encouragement. You see, life has a way of surprising us, presenting challenges that shape our journey. Yet, always keep in mind that these challenges are the building block of our strength, wisdom, and resilience. So, if you're currently facing a demanding period, please remember that you're not walking this path alone. No matter the nature of your current struggle, it's crucial to recognize the inherent strength that is within you, which can conquer any obstacle. Should you require a listening ear or seek some direction, don't hesitate to reach out. We're a community bound by support, here for each other's well-being. Maintain your inner fortitude, stay attuned to your goals, and steadily advance towards them. Your capabilities are abundant. I'm wishing you an influx of positivity. It's your boy Emmanuel Sims, and if no one told you they love you today, know that God loves you and so do I. Don't give up on your goals. You got this. Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Drippity, drippity.
Look at our society today, and we wonder why it's the way it is. We've got to begin to take it serious. It's just not about me. See, parenting is essential for the development and the nurturing of the generations to come. And our existence is just for that. When I speak about love, when you think of love and you think of the family, they can be synonymous. Because family is the dim.
In a world of romantic chaos, How to Tame a Fuckboy emerges as a beacon of enlightenment. But be forewarned, this book carried with it certain effects. Please be advised, readers of this literary guide has reported sudden onsets of heightened self-esteem and unexpected bursts of empowerments. Some have experienced prolonged episodes of clarity in their love life, leading to healthier relationship choices. Other symptoms may include an overwhelming sense of liberation from the dating drama, increased resistance to red flags, and an unexplained competence in deciphering mixed messages. There's even been whispered cases of readers developing an advanced sense of humor, resulting in laugh lines and a contagious outlook on life that may affect those around them. Embrace the complications with open arms. Secure your copy of How to Tame a Fuckboy today, and let the transformation begin. Visit howtotameafuckboy.com and join the ranks of those experiencing these profound side effects. Read at your own joy. How to Tame a Fuckboy by Emmanuel Sims. Side effects may include living your best life.
He told me he was different from the other guys. Lo and behold, we go on a 5-star dinner date that I paid for. Then he ghosted me. Classic.
Every story has its secrets. Discover them at howtotameafuckboy.com.
You don't have to go. I know I was wrong. I don't wanna see you cry. This where you belong. My feelings on my clothes. You is all I know. I know I'm far from perfect. I just thought that you should know. Got the heat, boy.
In this limited time here today, I'm going to give you as much information as value as possible. But I always promise at the end, we're going to give you more information in case you want to take this further. So we have a comprehensive program for achieving life goals. I got it. Why not use it? We're going to give you the big picture of the 4 steps to goal success from that program so that you know what it is that you need to do in order to achieve your goals. But today's program, we're going to be focusing on the most important aspect of that program, which is the first step, and that's daring to dream and getting clear on what it is that you really want and making sure that you have the motivation and inspiration to follow through. And by doing that, we're going to set a strong foundation of clarity so that you know exactly what it is you are after, and you can make your plan to get there. And we also want to make sure that we drive home the point that we want you to dream big. You need to be drinking big. But before we get started on that, we're going to get into the 4 steps to goal success. And those are: 1, know what you really want. The second one is to believe that you can achieve it. The third one is to create an actionable plan that is concrete so that you know how to follow through. And the 4th step is to stay committed and motivated to be able to get to your end result.
Every second, someone is seeking a break. A sanctuary just for you. A retreat where you reclaim time. All moms deserve a break. Hey moms, my name's Shakita Winder. I'm your new travel agent. I'm here to get you there.
I can't help but wonder if we're missing out on something big here.
Oh, and what's that?
I feel like we need something for the Spanish-speaking audience. For the fuckboys. We can't leave them out. They need something too. We should do something special.
Absolutely. I've got just the thing. How about I bring the flair of the Spanish edition to the mix?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
I'm on it. Let's create something that resonates with our Latino audience. Something they'll love.
Let's show them how it's done.
This is Audible.
¿Cómo domesticar a un fuckboy? 12 pasos para domar a un fuckboy. Por Emanuel Sims. Narrado por Quique Posada. Derechos de autor. Copyright 2023. Emanuel Sims. Todos los derechos reservados.
Thank you for the pictures. What can I get for you?
Now, I know you know that Princess is a drive-through service.
Hello?
Pickup service.
Oh my God.
Thank you. And dine-in service. But did you know that they host events? Now that's a jackpot. Reneging is not allowed.
Gang, chicken and waffles on y'all.
You can even come through for a good word, too.
Am I helping somebody today?
Glory. So pull up to Princess, where the experience is always royal.
So now I want to get into the second aspect, and this is one of the aspects, it really gets me fired up. When I'm working with clients, I love to help them see that they can achieve it. Having that knowing that you can actually achieve your goal, because during this process, it's really about developing that confidence in yourself, that you've had powerful experiences and challenges in your life that transformed your life. For example, have you ever had something so bad happen in your life that it seemed like it was a negative, that all of a sudden turned into a positive or a big blessing in your life? For me, it was when my father passed away. I was devastated. It took the most from me because I had to watch him on a hospice bed over and over, and watching him coming home knowing that he was going to one day leave. But it really showed me how to appreciate the time that I had. When I failed out of grad school, 63 credits in, only 3 credits left. It was painful because I didn't know what I was going to do. Of course, not as painful as losing my dad, but there was a lot of pain that went along with it. And a lot of that stress and a lot of depression and a lot of doubt, but it turned out to be a blessing. You see, one of the things that knowing that you can achieve it is knowing the good always comes. Out of the most challenging situations, unwanted circumstances, something that leads to something positive in your life and you're grateful for. And also that knowing that and the understanding that I made it through that. And if I made it through those challenges and those obstacles and find ways, I know that I could do it again. I know if I could find a way to come out on the other side, I could find another way to come out on the other side, regardless to what obstacles come my way. Because it's one, to know that good always comes, but it's two, to know that you've overcome things in your past. And I'm pretty sure if you reflect on any situation in your life, you'll find that you've had many of these types of situations. So ask yourself right now, what accomplishments have you had in your life, that challenges that you've been able to overcome, that you've accomplished certain goals that at first you didn't even know if you'd be able to. You didn't even know how you'd be able to. So what are some of those things that you can reflect back on in your life and look back in yourself and say, I did it, and I'm very proud of that. You know, I need to pat myself on the back because you know what? One thing that we rarely do is give ourselves credit. A lot of people, they never sit back and look at their past and see that the good things that they've actually done. They a lot of times only focus on areas that they failed. But if you really look, you can find evidence that you can do it. And this is one of the things, again, that we really love working with clients, is helping them find evidence in their life that they already lived, that they can do it. Helping them look at their life story, look at some of those challenges that they faced, some of those curses that was really blessings, for them to really know what they can do. And then when you do find those things, you find that evidence, what you want to do is you want to keep it with you at all times. After getting kicked out of grad school, when I went back to get my MFA in film production, I really had to tell myself that I could do it. I did 3 years in a program that I wasn't all the way interested in, I knew that when I got to this grad program in film, that I knew that I could do it. So it's minor compared to having to lose a parent, or minor compared to having to lose a family member. Going through financial challenges growing up, being poor, growing up in a single family home, some of those struggles that we had as kids. My mom connected a car to the house so that we could have electricity. If I could put up with that, sure I could study. Sure I could memorize my test answers. So what I did, I would write it down in places that I could see it. Bathroom mirrors, cell phone backgrounds. Sometimes I would record myself and listen to myself saying it over and over again, giving myself a pep talk, reminding me that I can achieve anything that I want to achieve. If all I had to do was put my mind to it. And I've overcome so much in life, I knew that these were minor compared to the things that I really had to go through. So once you find that evidence, find ways that you can have it easily accessible. Don't hide it from yourself so that you can find it when you really need it the most. The other part and way of doing it is using affirmations. And in my book, there are a bunch of affirmations there. Affirmations are positive statements that are simple and powerful tools that when you need them in the now, to be able to reflect on that, it builds confidence. So I have several affirmations in this book that you can follow, and it goes along with these classes. Super simple affirmations that I will be able to say to get me through, and I will motivate myself. I say, Emmanuel, you're a genius. Emmanuel, you're a genius. And I will look at myself in the mirror and I feel it. I will see it. I will get excited. I get hyped. I get pumped. And by saying that, I was building myself with positive affirmation. Sometimes I text myself, Emmanuel, you're doing a great job. Emmanuel, keep going. So what you do when you create your affirmations, you say it like it's real. Like it's real now, like you've already achieved that goal. And you want to make them positive, y'all. Listen to me. When I dealt with people who wanted to quit smoking, they tell me, okay, so my affirmation is, I don't want to smoke. But it's negative. It got a negative feeling, a negative vibe to a negative wave. So what you want to do is, you want to have an affirmation that says, I live a healthy lifestyle. I'm in shape. I get up, I work out, I do the things that I need to do to live a healthy lifestyle. And by putting that seed in there, you're telling your unconscious mind that this is the way that life is supposed to be. So your unconscious mind is going to say, hold up. That's not happening. But we got to find ways to make it happen. The same way when I told myself that I was a genius over and over and over, even though I just got kicked out of grad school, what happened was my brain started to looking for ways for me to lead it. So my brain was focused on me being a genius. So all of a sudden I was more motivated to study out of nowhere. And I would get A's on the next classes that I was getting. And I became more confident in the classes that I was taking. But before I would feel anxious and scared and want to avoid. But I started to believe in myself that I was actually smart. So I went from no longer being in school to an MFA in film production. That is the power of not only having a goal and having evidence to go with that, but utilizing tools such as affirmations, very simple, positive affirmations to help me or help you help yourself and believing, so knowing that what you really want is attainable and that you can achieve it.
He claimed to be the life of every party. Turns out, he was just attending multiple parties, all on the same night.
I know I was wrong. I don't wanna see you cry. This where you belong. My feelings on my clothes. You is all I know.
Poor Portia, always a step behind. Don't make her mistakes. Beat the game. Unlock the secrets in How to Tame a Fuckboy by Emmanuel Sims. Available now on Amazon.
It's easy to feel alone in the middle of the night, but remember, you're never really alone. There are resources available to help you take care of your mental health. When life gets overwhelming, it can be tough to know where to turn, but help is just a call or a click away. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, visit watch.eudaimoniatv.com for a comprehensive list of resources and support. Remember, you don't have to go through it alone. There is help available. Take the first step towards feeling better today. Watch.eudaimoniatv.com.
So you have an idea, but it's the end of the first quarter, March is here, and the clock is ticking. That book you've been dreaming of, that idea waiting to be visualized, don't let it slip away. It's time to take action. Whether you're writing a book, starting a podcast, or starting a business, the time is now. Don't let fear keep you from missing out. At In Vivo Exposure, we're here to turn your ideas into a reality. You see, our transmedia storytelling approach will amplify your message and captivate your audience. Don't wait any longer. Seize the moment. Give us a call today, and let's bring your vision to life. In Vivo Exposure is where stories begin. Jeffrey, thank you so much for signing up for my.eudaimoniatv.com. My name is Emmanuel Sims, and again, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions or need any help with setting up your courses, or you just need help with goal setting, or you just want someone to talk to, I make sure that I make myself pretty available to my community. If you want to know more about that, please reach out. And if no one told you they love you today, know that God loves you and so do I, and to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. Dribbity, dribbity.
Reaching your goals is like building a house. Start with a solid plan, lay a strong foundation, and build step by step. Set your goals and watch your dreams come to life. I'm Audrey Patterson, and you're watching Eudaimonia TV.
He said he loves to work out. The only thing he exercised was my patience.
You don't have to go. I know I was wrong. I don't wanna see you cry. This where you belong. My feelings on my clothes. You is all I know.
Don't be the last to know the secrets. Every tale, every twist awaits. Secure your copy at howtotameafboy.com. Don't miss out.
The ultimate love guide is here. How to Tame a Boy by Emmanuel Sims. Navigate the dating jungle with humor and wisdom. Transform chaos into charm. Act now and turn those read at 3 a.m. texts into breakfast dates. Hashtag Tame Your F-Boy. Dripty Dripty.
So you have an idea, a brilliant concept for a movie that has been brewing in your mind. You can see it on the big screen, captivating audiences, leaving a lasting impact. But what now? How do you turn that idea of yours into a reality, bringing it into a full-fledged film?
Crazy looking chick on the screen.
Get you on that. I got so many women problems. My X chromosomes, they ain't never show up. That's where we come in. We're a team of experienced producers who specialize in turning your ideas into reality. We take your vision and guide you every step of the way, from concept to the screen. And the best part, it won't cost you a dime to learn how we can turn your idea into a motion picture. Schedule your consultation today with our team of expert producers. We'll listen to your ideas, provide guidance on the entire movie-making process, and discuss how we can bring your vision to life. So don't let your movie get stuck living in your head. Take action now and schedule your free consultation with our team. My name is Emmanuel Sims, and I'm here to help you bring your movie to life into the big screen. So why this workshop and why have goals? Let's face it, we all have unique definition of what success is. And we all have our own unique dreams of what life is supposed to be like. So success and dreams and achieving it is truly dependent on having meaningful goals to get to that place. The bad news is that many people fail to reach goals, not out of desire because they want it, but out of not having concrete goals and directions and not having a specific strategy to get there. So that's the good news, is that goal attainment is a process. Just like baking a cake, building a house, it's having the right strategy, the right plan in place that you just need to follow to be able to get there. So let's look at why have goals and some of the research behind it, because there's been hundreds of researchers study when it comes to goals attainment. For example, it's been shown that over 90% of people don't ever write down their goals. And when they do, it's usually on New Year's. But what happens? They get all excited, get a little tipsy on New Year's, write out their goals, and 25% drop out of it after the first week. Then 65% after 6 months, their goal is as if it never existed. They just wait for next New Year's to make it again. In fact, most people, the majority of people, they have the same goal 10 times without any success. The same New Year's resolution 10 times without any success. So what happens to people? They just stop making goals. They give up. So why even have these goals? Well, just by the simple fact of writing down a goal, and I told you, 90% don't even write it down, but the 42% is your chance of likelihood of actually achieving it if you write it down. So just the simple fact of taking that pen and paper and writing it down, it boosts your chance of achieving your goals by 42%. And that's a good percentage. See, but after you write it down, only out of that 10% of the people that write it down, 5% actually look at it on a daily basis. And you know what's crazy? That the people who achieve their goals are typically at 5%. So writing it down and taking that 5 minutes every day just to look at your goals is the biggest difference whether you're going to achieve or not achieve. Something that simple. But what happens? We're creatures of habit. So most people say, I really want to achieve that. I'm going to write it down. And they do it one time. And they keep following the same pattern over and over again. And they never actually achieve them again. Because they don't stick to the process that works. They don't have enough effective process in place. Let me tell you, this is how crazy it is. How much we're creatures of pattern. Out of people that have heart attacks, only 14% of them individuals actually make any changes to their diet and exercise which are the things that prevent them from having future heart attacks. That is why it is so important, because most of those people, if you ask them why, is only 14 of the people that actually make the changes. It's a simple reason that they didn't have an effective strategy to really follow to make that more concrete. So this program, this workshop is truly for you. If you want to stop feeling disappointed in life, if you want to stop settling, if you know in your heart that you can achieve more and have a lot more to your potential that you're not tapping into, if you want to stop holding yourself back because you're not sure how to get from point A to point B, you want to feel motivated and feel confident, you want to feel fulfilled in your journey and that you're making a difference, which isn't that what we all really want to do? So this presentation really does the number one most important part of achieving your goals, daring to dream. You see, most people don't even dare to dream. So they don't identify to what they really, really want. They're not excited about their dream. So you have to think about your dreams without any limitation. You have to be excited about them. Because if you don't have a big enough reason why you're doing the things that you want to do, your actual probability of being successful is very, very small. And that is why this workshop, I Got It, Why Not Use It, is focused on helping you dare to dream so that you can have a big enough reason to move forward and create your dream and your goals a reality. Thank you for signing up to I Got It, Why Not Use It. I'm your host, Drip Van Gogh, aka Nelly Sims, and I plan to help you achieve your goals. So you have an idea, but it's the end of the first quarter, March is here, and the clock is ticking. That book you've been dreaming of, that idea waiting to be visualized, don't let it slip away. It's time to take action. Whether you're writing a book, starting a podcast, or starting a business, the time is now. Don't let fear keep you from missing out. At In Vivo Exposure, we're here to turn your ideas into a reality. You see, our transmedia storytelling approach will amplify your message and captivate your audience. Don't wait any longer. Seize the moment. Give us a call today, and let's bring your vision to life. In Vivo Exposure is where stories begin.